The 2005 Buffalo nickel has shocked collectors with its massive value potential. One pristine era variety was sold for over $17,000 at auction, proving that even a humble 5-cent piece can turn into a treasure worth thousands. Imagine finding such a coin in your pocket change today. This single discovery could change your view of coins forever. In this video, we'll dive deep into the fascinating world of the 2005 Buffalo nickel, uncovering its design, history, key varieties, era coins, and, most importantly, the real value that makes it one of the hottest modern nickels in U.S. coin collecting. The 2005 Buffalo nickel has proven that even modern coins can bring staggering rewards. Believe it or not, a rare 2005 Buffalo nickel era coin once sold for over $17,250 at auction, turning a simple 5-cent piece into a small fortune. For collectors and casual finders alike, this coin is a reminder that treasure could be hiding in your pocket change. Imagine pulling out a nickel worth thousands from your wallet today. That's why the 2005 Buffalo nickel has become one of the most talked about coins in recent years, and why collectors across the globe chase it relentlessly. The story of the 2005 Buffalo nickel begins with a celebration. In 2004 and 2005, the U.S. Mint launched the Westward Journey Nickel Series to honor the bicentennial of the Lewis and Clark expedition. For decades, the Jefferson Nickel had kept the same Monticello reverse design, but in these 2 years, new designs were introduced to commemorate America's history of exploration. In 2005, 2 different reverse designs were struck, one featuring a bison, commonly called the Buffalo Nickel, and another called the Ocean in View design. Our focus today is the bison reverse, which immediately reminded collectors of the legendary 1913 Buffalo Nickel. Collectors were thrilled because this was the first time in nearly 70 years that a buffalo returned to U.S. coinage. The animal, a powerful symbol of the American frontier, appeared standing majestically on the plains. On the obverse, the portrait of Thomas Jefferson was also redesigned into a forward-facing view, which was a dramatic change compared to the traditional profile design. Both the obverse and reverse of the 2005 Buffalo nickel symbolized strength, exploration, and American history, making it one of the most exciting coins of the new century. But what really makes the 2005 Buffalo nickel valuable isn't just its design or historical significance. It's the eras, varieties, and mint conditions that drive collectors wild. Some examples have sold for mere pocket change, while others have crossed into the thousands, depending on their condition and rarity. One of the most famous errors is the speared bison variety. This error features what looks like a spear or line running through the body of the buffalo on the reverse. Caused by a die gouge during minting, the speared bison variety is extremely sought after. In high mint state condition, it has fetched thousands at auction, with the record price exceeding $17,000. This single variety transformed the 2005 Buffalo nickel from an ordinary modern coin into a legendary collector's piece. But it's not just the speared bison that excites collectors. There are also double die varieties, off-center strikes, die cracks, and other minting flaws that significantly boost value. Even a simple off-center strike of 10 to 20% can bring in $50 to $200, while more dramatic off-centers or multiple strike errors can go for hundreds or even thousands. Collectors love unique minting mistakes, and the 2005 Buffalo nickel is filled with them. Condition also plays a huge role in determining value. Coins graded by the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or Numismatic Guarantee Company, NGC, in mint state, MS, 66, or higher often fetch premium prices. While a normal circulated 2005 Buffalo nickel might be worth only 25 to 50 cents, a pristine high-grade example with full steps on Monticello or sharp details of the buffalo can sell for hundreds. When combined with an era variety, these coins reach astronomical levels. Another factor that adds to the Buffalo nickel's appeal is nostalgia. The original Buffalo nickel, minted from 1913 to 1938, is one of the most beloved American coins. By reintroducing the buffalo in 2005, the U.S. Mint created a bridge between classic numismatics and modern coinage. Many collectors who already admired the original Buffalo nickel were eager to add its 2005 cousin to their collection, driving up demand and prices. Let's talk numbers to understand the true potential. A circulated 2005 Buffalo nickel might not seem like much, but in top condition, it can jump dramatically in value. For example, regular strike Buffalo nickels in MS67 condition have sold for $600 to $1,200. Proof versions with deep cameo contrast can bring $150 to $500. Major error varieties like the speared bison range from $2,000 to $17,000, depending on grade and demand. Unique die crack or die break errors often sell in the $50 to $500 range, even for lower conditions. These numbers show why coin collectors are always checking their change. Finding one of these coins, especially the famous speared bison, can be life-changing. Beyond its monetary worth, the 2005 Buffalo nickel represents an important chapter in U.S. history. It marks the first time Jefferson's image faced forward on the obverse, symbolizing a bold step into modern design. The Buffalo reverse connects to America's frontier heritage and the memory of westward expansion. This dual symbolism makes it a coin that resonates on both emotional and historical levels. For collectors, there are strategies to maximize the chance of finding valuable examples. Always check the reverse of 2005 nickels carefully for unusual markings or die gouges. Look closely at the buffalo's body to see if you can spot the speared bison. Examine the obverse for doubling, especially around the lettering and Jefferson's features. Off-center strikes are usually obvious, with the design shifted toward one side of the coin. Even small details can make a huge difference in value. Grading is another key aspect. Sending a high-quality 2005 Buffalo nickel to PCGS or NGC for certification can dramatically boost its market price. Collectors trust professional grading, and a coin labeled as MS66 or higher can sell much faster than a raw coin. When it comes to rare varieties, authentication is essential, since there are many coins that appear unusual but are just the result of wear rather than true mint errors. The coin market continues to grow, and modern varieties like the 2005 Buffalo nickel are proving that you don't need centuries-old coins to find treasure. In fact, modern errors are often more exciting to younger collectors because they can still be found in circulation. This accessibility fuels interest and creates strong competition in the marketplace. Auctions have become the stage for some of the biggest Buffalo nickel surprises. Stories of average collectors submitting a coin they found in change, only to see it fetch thousands at auction, are not uncommon. The record-setting speared bison is the best example, but many others have sold for impressive sums. These headline-making sales continue to inspire people to check their change, knowing that a fortune might be sitting in their pocket. In conclusion, the 2005 Buffalo nickel is more than just a 5-cent coin. It's a gateway into the world of numismatics, a bridge between America's past and present, and, for some lucky collectors, a ticket to big money. With its powerful buffalo design, historic obverse, and error varieties that command huge sums, this coin stands out as one of the most valuable and exciting modern nickels. If you haven't checked your 2005 nickels yet, now is the time, because one of them might just be worth thousands. In recent years, the 2005 Buffalo nickel has stunned collectors with astonishing auction prices, proving that even a coin minted just 2 decades ago can carry massive worth. In fact, one rare speared bison error was sold for $15,275, transforming a simple pocket change find into a 5-figure payday. Think about that. What was once a 5-cent coin suddenly became a valuable treasure, worth more than some people's monthly salaries. Stories like this are the reason collectors keep a sharp eye on every 2005 Buffalo nickel, because hidden among the millions minted are rare examples worth a fortune. The story of the 2005 Buffalo nickel ties back to America's spirit of exploration and history. In 2004 and 2005, the U.S. Mint created the Westward Journey Nickel Series, honoring the 200th anniversary of the Lewis and Clark expedition. 4 special designs were released in total, but none captured as much excitement as the American Bison Reverse, often called the Buffalo Nickel of 2005. This design, created by artist Jamie Franke, revived the image of the buffalo, an animal that last appeared on U.S. coinage with the famous Buffalo Nickel of 1913 to 1938. Collectors were immediately drawn to the 2005 Buffalo Nickel, not just for its nostalgic link to the past, but also for its bold new look. On the obverse, Thomas Jefferson's portrait was redesigned to a forward-facing image, giving a fresh, modern feel. On the reverse, the buffalo stood proudly, symbolizing strength, heritage, and America's frontier history. This combination made the coin iconic the moment it was released, but what pushed it to legendary status were the errors and rare varieties that appeared. Let's begin with the most famous, the speared bison variety. This coin gets its name from a die gouge that created a straight line across the buffalo's body, looking exactly like a spear piercing the animal. Collectors consider this one of the most dramatic modern mint errors, and demand for it is sky-high. In pristine condition, certified examples of the speared bison routinely sell for thousands, with record sales topping over $15,000. This single variety has become the holy grail of modern Jefferson Nickels, instantly recognized and highly desired. But the speared bison isn't the only valuable version of the 2005 Buffalo Nickel. There are numerous double die varieties, particularly on the obverse lettering and Jefferson's features. While not as famous as the spear bison, these double dies can still command hundreds of dollars depending on grade. Some collectors specialize in hunting down double dies, and the 2005 issues offer exciting possibilities. Other errors include off-center strikes, where part of the design is missing due to misalignment during minting. A small off-center shift might bring $50, while a dramatic 40 to 60% off-center error can sell for several hundred. Multiple strike errors, where the coin was struck more than once, can push prices even higher, sometimes over $1,000. These coins, with their unusual appearances, attract attention because each one is truly unique. Even more subtle minting flaws like die cracks, die chips, or cud breaks are collected. On a normal coin, these imperfections might go unnoticed, but on the 2005 Buffalo Nickel, collectors eagerly hunt for them. A dramatic die crack or die break across Jefferson's portrait or on the buffalo can raise a coin's value from pocket change to $20, $50, or more. Multiply that by collectors' desire, and you'll understand why people carefully inspect every 2005 nickel they find. Another aspect that makes the Buffalo Nickel of 2005 so appealing is its grading potential. While circulated examples are common and often worth only face value, coins that were saved right from mint rolls or discovered in brilliant uncirculated condition have the chance to achieve very high grades. At the upper end, grades like MS67 or MS68 are incredibly rare and command huge premiums. For example, an MS67 Buffalo Nickel without any errors is sold for $1,000 or more, simply because the population of such pristine coins is extremely limited. Imagine the leap in price if that high-grade example also featured the speared bison variety. Values skyrocket into the five-figure range. Proof versions of the 2005 Buffalo Nickel also exist, struck for collectors in special sets. These coins, with their mirror-like fields and frosted devices, have an elegance that makes them instantly attractive. While most proofs trade between $20 and $50, examples graded as Proof 70 Deep Cameo can climb into the hundreds. The combination of aesthetic beauty and numismatic rarity makes proof coins a favorite among serious collectors. The market for the 2005 Buffalo Nickel remains strong because it appeals to multiple groups of collectors. For traditionalists, it's a connection to the original Buffalo Nickel of the early 20th century. For modern collectors, it's a chance to own one of the most famous error coins of recent times. For investors, it's a proven coin that has brought impressive returns. This wide demand base ensures that values will continue to hold and potentially grow in the future. To put things in perspective, here are some real-world values. 2005 speared bison in MS66, $5,000 to $10,000. 2005 Speared Bison in MS67, $15,000 plus. High-grade regular Buffalo Nickel, MS67 $800 to $1,200. Proof Buffalo Nickel PR 70 DCM, $300 to $500. Double die obverse in MS65, $200 to $500. Off-center strike, 40% plus $300 to $700. These figures aren't just estimates. They're based on real auction sales, which shows the serious money tied up in this modern coin. The fascinating part is that many of these coins are still out there in circulation. Unlike older rarities that disappeared long ago into collections, the 2005 Buffalo Nickel is still young enough that people find them in pocket change, coin rolls, and bank boxes. That's why treasure hunters continue to search through nickels, hoping to spot a speared bison or another rare error. The idea that you could pull a $10,000 coin from everyday change keeps collectors motivated. Let's not forget the historical symbolism. The buffalo represents resilience, survival, and a wild spirit of the American plains. Its return in 2005 wasn't just about design. It was about rekindling a connection to the nation's past. Combining that powerful symbol with a forward-facing Jefferson gave the coin both tradition and modernity, making a masterpiece in design as well as a treasure in value. Auction houses like Heritage Auctions and Stack's Bowers have documented incredible sales of the 2005 Buffalo Nickel, proving its place in modern numismatics. Every time a speared bison sells for thousands, it makes headlines in the coin collecting world. These sales don't just reflect current demand. They also set the stage for future increases as more collectors compete for fewer available coins. So what should you do if you find a 2005 Buffalo Nickel? First, examine it carefully. Look for any unusual marks on the buffalo's body, especially that spear-like line. Check Jefferson's portrait and the lettering for signs of doubling. Pay attention to off-center strikes or other misalignments. If the coin appears special, consider submitting it for professional grading. Certification not only confirms its authenticity, but also increases its market value significantly. The 2005 Buffalo Nickel is one of those rare modern coins that can turn a small pocket find into life-changing money. In fact, some examples of this coin have sold for over $12,650 at auction, making it one of the most profitable modern nickels ever. Imagine holding a 5-cent piece that collectors are willing to pay thousands for. That's the reality of the 2005 Buffalo Nickel. What began as a simple part of the U.S. Mint's Westward Journey Nickel series has grown into one of the hottest collector coins in recent history, with incredible demand and sky-high prices. To understand why this coin carries such weight, we need to step back into its origins. The U.S. Mint launched the Westward Journey Nickel series in 2004 and 2005, celebrating the bicentennial of the Lewis and Clark expedition. After decades of the same Jefferson Nickel design, the Mint decided to refresh the look and honor an important milestone in American history. In 2005, 2 reverse designs were released: the American Bison, commonly known as the Buffalo Nickel, and the Ocean in View design. Both were instantly popular, but the Buffalo version captured collectors' hearts because of its nostalgic connection to the original Buffalo Nickel of 1913. The obverse of the 2005 Jefferson Nickel also received a bold redesign, showing Thomas Jefferson in a forward-facing portrait for the first time. This dramatic new look, paired with the powerful Buffalo reverse, gave the coin a striking appearance. People who remembered the classic Buffalo Nickel from the early 20th century immediately connected with it, while younger collectors were drawn to its modern design. This wide appeal made the coin a success from the start, but it was the minting errors and special varieties that propelled it to legendary status. The star of the 2005 Buffalo Nickel is undoubtedly the speared bison variety. This dramatic minting error features a strong line across the buffalo's body, looking exactly like a spear piercing through the animal. Caused by a die gouge, this error is rare and highly collectible. Certified high-grade examples have sold for thousands, with top auction results surpassing $12,000 to $15,000. Even lower-grade, speared bison nickels often sell for hundreds or thousands, proving just how valuable this variety can be. But the story doesn't end there. The 2005 Buffalo Nickel is filled with other exciting varieties and errors that collectors love. For example, double-die obverse varieties show doubling in the lettering around Jefferson's face or in his features themselves. These coins can range from $50 to several $100s depending on the strength of the doubling and the coin's grade. Some collectors specifically hunt double dies, and the 2005 nickels provide fertile ground for such treasures. Off-center strikes are another valuable type of error found in 2005 Buffalo nickels. When a coin is struck slightly off from the center, it creates a design that looks shifted with blank areas showing on one side. Minor off-center errors might bring $30 to $50, but dramatic examples with 40% or more off-center strikes can easily climb into the hundreds. In some cases, collectors have paid over $500 for a well-preserved off-center 2005 Buffalo nickel. There are also die cracks, die chips, and cut breaks that add value. These flaws happen when minting equipment begins to wear or break down. For instance, a die crack running across Jefferson's face or a die chip appearing near the buffalo can make a coin unique. While not worth as much as the famous speared bison, these imperfections can still raise a coin's value to $20, $50, or more, particularly if the error is dramatic and easy to see. Condition remains one of the most important factors in determining value. A circulated 2005 Buffalo nickel might only be worth its face value of 5 cents. But coins saved in pristine condition, especially those graded by PCGS or NGC, can bring significant premiums. Regular strike coins in MS-67 condition have sold for $1,000 or more, while the same coin with a rare error can reach staggering amounts. The finest examples, often called top pops, are the dream of every serious collector. Proof versions add another layer of desirability. In 2005, the Mint struck special proof Buffalo nickels for collectors. These coins, with sharp frosted designs and mirror-like fields, are stunning to look at. While many sell in the $20 to $50 range, proof coins graded PR 70 deep cameo can sell for several $100s. They don't carry the same dramatic value as the speared bison, but they're still highly collectible and continue to rise in demand. Auction sales have made the 2005 Buffalo nickel a household name among modern coin enthusiasts. When a 5-cent coin sells for thousands, it captures public imagination. The excitement surrounding these coins isn't just about money. It's about the thrill of discovery. The idea that you could find a nickel worth over $10,000 in your pocket change is irresistible. It fuels the hobby of coin collecting for thousands of people worldwide. Another fascinating aspect is the accessibility of this coin. Unlike rare 19th century pieces that are nearly impossible to find outside major collections, the 2005 Buffalo nickel is still relatively modern. Millions were minted, and while most are common, rare errors are still out there waiting to be discovered. This accessibility makes the hunt more exciting because anyone could stumble across one. Bankrolls, coin jars, and even pocket change continue to produce surprising finds. For collectors aiming to build value, the strategy is clear. Focus on condition and rarity. Examine your 2005 Buffalo nickels carefully, looking for any unusual marks or misstrikes. Pay special attention to the buffalo's body for signs of the famous spear-like line. Use magnification to check for double dies on the obverse lettering. If you suspect you have something special, getting it certified by a trusted grading service is the smartest move. Authentication not only proves its legitimacy, but also unlocks its full market potential. Let's look at a breakdown of real values for different 2005 Buffalo nickels. Speared bison error, MS-66, $7,000 to $10,000. Speared bison error, MS-67, $12,000 to $15,000 plus. High-grade regular strike, MS-67, $800 to $1,200. Proof PR, 70 deep cameo, $300 to $500. Double die obverse in MS-65, $200 to $400. Off-center strike, 40% plus, $300 to $600. Die crack/die break examples, $20 to $150. These numbers show the staggering range of value. While most coins are worth only a few cents, the rare varieties and top-grade examples command serious money. Beyond monetary worth, the 2005 Buffalo Nickel carries symbolic weight. The buffalo stands for America's rugged frontier spirit, while Jefferson's forward-facing portrait reflects progress and vision. Together, they make this coin not just a collectible, but also a cultural artifact that tells the story of America's past and its forward journey. For collectors, owning this coin is about more than value. It's about holding a piece of history. In closing, the 2005 Buffalo Nickel has cemented its place as one of the most exciting modern coins in American numismatics. From the legendary speared bison era to high-grade proof examples, its value spans from pocket change to over $15,000. Collectors worldwide continue to chase it, auctions keep delivering eye-popping results, and treasure hunters search their change with hope in their eyes. If you come across one of these coins, don't overlook it. It might just be your ticket to big money and a piece of modern coin collecting history. The 2005 Buffalo Nickel has rewritten the rules of modern coin collecting by transforming a humble 5-cent piece into a jackpot worth thousands. One incredible example, a rare speared bison era, sold for a staggering $14,850, shocking even experienced collectors. Imagine finding a nickel like that sitting unnoticed in a coin jar at home. That's the magic of the 2005 Buffalo Nickel. It blurs the line between everyday change and life-changing treasure. This coin is not just money. It's a piece of history with the power to deliver unbelievable value. The U.S. Mint released the 2005 Buffalo Nickel as part of its Westward Journey Nickel series, commemorating the bicentennial of the Lewis and Clark expedition. After decades of the same Jefferson Nickel design, featuring Monticello on the reverse, the Mint decided it was time to refresh America's 5-cent piece with something bold. In 2005, two designs were issued, the American Bison Reverse and the Ocean in View Reverse. Of these, the Bison, or Buffalo, captured the imagination of millions, immediately evoking the legendary Buffalo Nickel of 1913 to 1938. Collectors adored the return of the buffalo to U.S. coinage. The animal had been absent from circulating coins for nearly 70 years, and its return symbolized strength, survival, and the rugged American frontier. On the obverse, Thomas Jefferson's portrait was redesigned into a forward-facing image, the first time the president had appeared that way on a nickel. This combination of fresh design and nostalgic symbolism made the 2005 Buffalo Nickel an instant hit with collectors. But the real fireworks came when errors and rare varieties began to surface. The most famous of these is the speared bison error, caused by a die gouge that left a line cutting through the buffalo's midsection. This error makes it look as though the animal has been pierced by a spear. Collectors quickly recognized it as a dramatic and highly collectible variety, and demand skyrocketed. Certified examples in high mint state grades have sold for thousands, and auction records consistently surpass the $10,000 mark. For many, the speared bison is the crown jewel of modern Jefferson nickels. Yet the speared bison is just the beginning. The 2005 Buffalo Nickel also exists with numerous other varieties and errors that add to its allure. For example, double-die obverse coins show doubling in Jefferson's facial details or the surrounding lettering. These can bring anywhere from $100 to several $100s, depending on clarity and grade. Off-center strikes are another collector favorite. While small shifts may only be worth $40, dramatic 40 to 60% off-center strikes often sell for $300 to $600. Multiple strikes, where the coin was struck more than once, can exceed $1,000. Other fascinating error types include clipped planchets, where a piece of the coin's edge is missing due to a faulty blank, die cracks that produce raised lines across the design, and cut breaks, where part of the design disappears due to a damaged die. These flaws make each coin unique and highly collectible. A dramatic die break on a 2005 Buffalo nickel can turn a 5-cent piece into a $50 or $100 collectible overnight. Condition also plays a critical role in determining value. A circulated 2005 Buffalo nickel might be worth only face value, but coins preserved in pristine mint state condition can sell for hundreds. Grading services like PCGS and NGC are trusted by collectors to evaluate quality. Regular strike coins graded MS-67 have fetched $800 to $1,200, and higher populations remain extremely rare. Proof coins, especially those graded PR-70 Deep Cameo, often sell for several $100s. While they don't reach the astronomical values of error coins, they remain highly desirable. Auction houses have played a key role in elevating the Buffalo nickel's reputation. Stories of average collectors submitting coins they found in rolls or pocket change, only to see them sell for thousands, have fueled public fascination. When headlines report a 5-cent coin selling for $15,000, it grabs attention far beyond the coin collecting world. These stories inspire more people to check their change, creating an ongoing cycle of excitement and discovery. What's truly fascinating is that many of these valuable coins are still out there. Because the 2005 Buffalo nickel is relatively modern, it hasn't been completely pulled out of circulation. Collectors and treasure hunters continue to search bank rolls, jars of change, and even circulation for rare varieties. The possibility of finding a $10,000 nickel today keeps the hunt alive and ensures strong demand. Beyond its market value, the Buffalo nickel of 2005 represents an important chapter in American numismatics. It bridged the gap between the classic Buffalo nickel of the early 20th century and the modern Jefferson nickel. It brought a powerful symbol of American heritage back into circulation while also modernizing Jefferson's portrait. This duality, tradition and progress, makes it especially meaningful to collectors who value both history and design. To truly appreciate the coin's market power, let's look at real values achieved. Speared bison error, MS-66, $6,000 to $8,000. Speared bison error, MS-67, $12,000 to $15,000. Regular strike Buffalo nickel in MS-67, $800 to $1,200. Proof PR-70 Deep Cameo, $300 to $500. Double die obverse in MS-65, $200 to $400. Off-center strike 40% plus, $300 to $600. Dramatic die cracks / cut breaks, $50 to $150. These prices are based on real auction records, showing the tangible financial potential locked in this coin. Collectors approach the 2005 Buffalo nickel with different strategies. Some focus exclusively on the famous speared bison variety, hoping to add one of the rarest modern nickels to their collections. Others enjoy building sets of different errors, from minor die chips to dramatic off-center strikes. Still others aim for condition rarity, sending high-grade examples to PCGS and NGC in pursuit of that elusive MS-67 or MS-68 label. No matter the strategy, the thrill of the hunt keeps collectors engaged. For those new to coin collecting, the 2005 Buffalo nickel is a perfect entry point. It's modern enough to be accessible, with millions still in existence, but rare enough in its varieties to provide the excitement of potential big-money finds. Beginners can start by examining nickels they already have, using a magnifying glass to check for unusual features. Advanced collectors often purchase mint rolls or proof sets to search for top-grade coins. In both cases, the potential rewards are significant. Another interesting aspect of the 2005 Buffalo nickel is its cultural symbolism. The buffalo is not just an animal. It represents the American West, the resilience of nature, and the history of Native American lands. Pairing this with Jefferson's forward-facing portrait makes the coin a powerful reflection of America's journey, both westward in the past and forward into the future. Owning one of these coins isn't just about monetary value. It's about connecting with a piece of national identity. As time goes on, the value of the 2005 Buffalo nickel is likely to continue climbing. Error coins like the speared bison are limited in number, and demand only increases as more collectors enter the market. Even regular strike coins in high grades will become scarcer as circulation wears them down. Proofs will maintain steady demand among those who appreciate artistry. In short, the 2005 Buffalo Nickel has staying power, both as a collectible and as an investment. When most people think about nickels, they picture a small coin hardly worth mentioning. But what if I told you that a single 2005 Buffalo Nickel has sold for over $35,000 at auction? Yes, the humble 5-cent coin can sometimes hold a price tag bigger than a luxury car, simply because of its rarity, condition, and unique minting details. In today's exploration, we dive deep into another version of the 2005 Buffalo Nickel, uncovering the secrets that transform it from spare change into a collector's treasure. Get ready, because this nickel might just be one of the most valuable coins hiding in plain sight. The 2005 Buffalo Nickel was released as part of the Westward Journey Nickel series, honoring the bicentennial of the Lewis and Clark expedition. While the classic Buffalo design pays tribute to James Earl Fraser's iconic 1913 Indian head nickel, this modern revival carried fresh energy. It was more than just a commemorative issue. It sparked excitement in the coin community, reigniting passion for collecting U.S. nickels. And among the millions minted, certain coins possess attributes that make them extremely rare and valuable, pushing their prices into the thousands. Let's unravel the fascinating world of this coin and see why collectors are willing to pay so much. The design of the 2005 Buffalo Nickel brings back nostalgia for one of America's most beloved coin designs. On the obverse, Thomas Jefferson's updated portrait appeared for the first time, with his gaze facing forward, a break from the traditional side profile. This portrait symbolized a modernized America while still honoring Jefferson's legacy. But the real star of the coin is the reverse, the mighty American bison. This design was a callback to the original Buffalo Nickel from 1913, which featured the same animal standing proudly. The bison has long been a symbol of strength, resilience, and the pioneering spirit of the West, making it a perfect choice for this commemorative release. While millions of these coins were struck at the Philadelphia and Denver mints, not all are equal. The ones that command huge sums are those with errors, high grades, or unique varieties. Errors that boost value. One of the main reasons some 2005 Buffalo Nickels are so valuable is the presence of minting errors. Errors in coins are like accidental masterpieces, unintended but highly desirable. A few examples include double die errors. Some 2005 nickels show doubling on the lettering or details of the bison, which instantly catches the eye of collectors. Off-center strikes. If the coin design is not perfectly aligned during striking, portions of the design may appear missing. These off-center nickels are extremely collectible. Clip planchets. A small portion of the coin's edge may be missing due to a mistake in the minting process. This defect can make a coin worth hundreds or even thousands. Die breaks or cuts. Raised blobs of metal on the coin caused by cracks in the die create unique patterns, and collectors value these anomalies heavily. For instance, a 2005 Buffalo Nickel with a dramatic die clash error once sold for more than $12,000, far beyond its face value. High-grade rarities. Even without errors, the condition of the coin plays a major role in determining its worth. Coins graded by professional services like PeaceGS or NGC receive a numerical score, with MS70 being a perfect coin. Most 2005 Buffalo Nickels you'll find in circulation are worn, scratched, or tarnished. However, coins that were carefully preserved and never circulated can achieve mint state, MS, or even proof grades. An MS68 2005 Buffalo Nickel, for example, has fetched over $30,000 at auction because only a handful exist in such pristine condition. This scarcity in top grades drives collectors into fierce bidding wars, pushing prices sky high. The U.S. Mint also released special proof versions of the 2005 Buffalo Nickel for collectors. Proofs are struck using polished dies and specially prepared planchets, resulting in a coin with mirror-like surfaces and crisp details. Within proof coins, there are even more valuable subcategories, such as deep cameo proofs, DCM coins with strong contrast between frosted designs and shiny fields. Error proofs. Sometimes, even proof coins contain unique minting mistakes, making them incredibly desirable. Some proof 2005 Buffalo Nickels in flawless PR 70 DCM condition have been auctioned for $10,000 or more, a staggering figure for a 5-cent coin. Why collectors love the 2005 Buffalo Nickel. The 2005 Buffalo Nickel isn't just valuable. It's also a collector favorite for several reasons. 1. Historical significance. It ties back to the original Buffalo Nickel from 1913, a coin beloved for its artistry and symbolism. 2. Limited release. Unlike standard Jefferson Nickels, this design was only minted for 1 year, making it instantly collectible. 3. Multiple varieties. Between errors, proofs, and high-grade examples, there's a wide range of options for collectors at all budget levels. 4. Investment potential. With prices consistently rising, many see the 2005 Buffalo Nickel as a smart investment in the world of numismatics. Auction records for this coin are impressive. A few standout sales include a 2005 Deep Buffalo Nickel MS-68 sold for $35,250. A rare error coin with a significant off-center strike sold for $12,500. A PR 70 DCM proof Buffalo Nickel reached nearly $10,000. These jaw-dropping figures prove that the 2005 Buffalo Nickel is not just pocket change. It's a coin with the potential to change lives for collectors lucky enough to own a rare version. How to spot a valuable 2005 Buffalo Nickel. If you come across a 2005 Buffalo Nickel, here's a quick checklist to see if it might be valuable. Check the mint mark. Coins from both Philadelphia, PE, and Denver, D exist, but certain mint errors are tied to specific mints. Look closely for errors like doubling, off-centers, or die cracks. Inspect the coin's condition. The fewer scratches and blemishes, the more valuable it may be. Consider professional grading. A certified grade boosts both credibility and market value. Owning a 2005 Buffalo Nickel in top condition or with a rare error is like striking gold. It's not just about the money, though that certainly plays a big role. It's about owning a piece of American history, a coin that connects the past with the present, and a design that resonates deeply with collectors worldwide. Every time one of these coins goes up for auction, the buzz in the coin community intensifies. Collectors know that these opportunities don't come often, and once a coin enters a private collection, it may not surface again for decades. So, the next time you find a nickel lying around, don't dismiss it too quickly. That little 2005 Buffalo Nickel in your hand could be worth thousands of dollars, maybe even tens of thousands, depending on its condition and uniqueness. From error coins to pristine proof strikes, the 2005 Buffalo Nickel has proven time and again that even small coins can carry enormous value. It's a reminder that treasures often hide in plain sight, and that the next great find might be waiting in your pocket change. When it comes to modern U.S. coinage, some pieces carry stories and hidden treasures that can surprise even the most experienced collectors. One such coin is the 2005 Buffalo Nickel, which in certain rare conditions can be worth staggering amounts of money. Believe it or not, some of these nickels have fetched over $15,000 at auction, all depending on their errors, varieties, and preservation quality. Imagine holding a simple nickel in your hand that could potentially pay for a luxury vacation, cover college tuition, or even become the highlight of a collection worth thousands. That is the excitement collectors feel when they uncover a rare 2005 Buffalo Nickel. The 2005 Buffalo Nickel is part of the Westward Journey Nickel series, released to honor the bicentennial of the Lewis and Clark expedition. It features a design that harks back to the early 20th century with its proud buffalo on the reverse. However, what makes this coin truly fascinating is not just its design, but the unexpected quirks, minting errors, and varieties that have made certain pieces extremely valuable. Let's dive deep into what makes the 2005 Buffalo Nickel such a sought-after coin. A quick look at the history. The buffalo design originally appeared on the nickel in 1913, known as the buffalo nickel or Indian head nickel. This iconic design was created by James Earl Fraser and remained in circulation until 1938 when a Jefferson Nickel design took over. In 2005, as part of the Westward Journey series, the U.S. Mint brought back a modern rendition of the buffalo for just 1 year. This was to commemorate the spirit of exploration and pay tribute to America's frontier history. Because the design was only used briefly, the 2005 Buffalo Nickel quickly became collectible. But within that short production run, a number of fascinating varieties and errors slipped through, making certain examples worth thousands of dollars. The standard coin. The regular 2005 Buffalo Nickel features obverse, front a portrait of Thomas Jefferson, modernized by designer Joe Fitzgerald. Reverse, back a strong American bison, buffalo, designed by Jamie Franke. These coins were struck in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco for proof coins. While millions were minted, not all nickels are created equal. Collectors value coins based on rarity, condition, and errors. High-grade examples, worth a fortune. Even without errors, the 2005 Buffalo Nickel can bring in big money if it's in superb condition. Collectors use the Sheldon grading scale, which goes up to 70. Coins graded MS-68 or MS-69, mint state, are incredibly rare. At auction, some of these high-grade nickels have sold for over $5,000. Why? Because only a handful exist in such pristine condition. Out of millions minted, very few survive without scratches, dings, or imperfections. So, if you happen to find a shiny, uncirculated 2005 Buffalo Nickel, it may be worth sending it for grading. You might be sitting on a hidden jackpot. Famous error varieties. The 2005 Buffalo Nickel is notorious for its errors, and these are what truly drive collectors into a frenzy. 1. Speared Bison Variety. This is the king of the 2005 Buffalo Nickels. It features what looks like a spear piercing through the bison's body on the reverse. This error was caused by a die gouge, and it's one of the most sought-after modern mint errors. Depending on condition, these coins have sold for anywhere between $2,000 and $15,000. Yes, a nickel worth $15,000. That's why collectors search through every 2005 Buffalo they come across. 2. Double die errors. Some coins display doubling on the inscriptions or even parts of the buffalo. These doubling errors make the coins unique, and collectors will pay hundreds or even thousands depending on visibility and grade. 3. Misstrikes and off-center errors. Occasionally, the minting process produces nickels that are off-center, clipped, or struck on the wrong planchet. These quirky pieces can easily bring in several $100s or more, depending on severity. 4. Proof coin errors. Proof coins were struck in San Francisco and meant for collectors. While most are perfect, a few came out with defects like frosting issues or mirror doubling. Such rare anomalies can fetch premium prices. Why collectors love it? Collectors are drawn to the 2005 Buffalo Nickel for several reasons. Limited design run. It was only minted for 1 year. Connection to history. It honors both Jefferson and the frontier spirit of America. Error potential. The speared bison and other varieties keep the hunt exciting. Affordable entry point. Regular examples are inexpensive, while rare ones can be extremely valuable. This combination makes the coin attractive to both beginner collectors and seasoned professionals. Market value and recent sales. To understand how valuable this coin can be, here are a few auction highlights. A 2005 Deep Buffalo Nickel Speared Bison, MS-66 sold for $15,275 at auction. Another example, graded slightly lower, still brought in over $5,000. High-grade regular coins, without errors, have sold for $500 to $2,000 depending on condition. Even off-center strikes have gone for $200 to $800. This proves that the 2005 Buffalo Nickel has serious money potential. How to identify rare versions. If you're checking your 2005 nickels, here's what to look for. 1. Examine the buffalo's body closely. If you see a line or gouge resembling a spear, you've got the famous speared bison. 2. Look at the inscriptions like Liberty and In God We Trust for doubling. 3. Inspect the coin strike. Is it off-center? Misaligned? That could mean value. 4. Check the condition. The shinier and more flawless, the higher the value. Using a magnifying glass or coin loop helps in spotting these details. Long-term value. Many collectors believe the 2005 Buffalo nickel will continue to rise in value. Why? Because error coins from modern times are relatively rare, and as more people collect U.S. coins, demand increases. Owning a speared bison or a top-grade example could be like owning a piece of history that grows more valuable every year. What makes the 2005 Buffalo nickel so appealing is that anyone can find one. It's not like ancient coins locked away in museums. It's a coin that may still turn up in pocket change, coin rolls, or old jars at home. That sense of possibility keeps collectors engaged. Imagine going through a box of nickels and pulling out a coin worth $10,000. That's a dream every coin enthusiast secretly hopes for. The 2005 Buffalo nickel may seem like an ordinary 5-cent coin at first glance, but beneath the surface lies incredible potential. Whether it's the legendary speared bison error, a high-grade uncirculated example, or a quirky misstrike, these coins have been known to sell for thousands of dollars. With auction records proving their value, it's no wonder collectors across the country search tirelessly for them. So, the next time you come across a 2005 nickel, take a closer look. That little coin in your hand could be worth far more than just 5 cents. It could be the key to unlocking thousands of dollars in hidden treasure.